Welcome to the channel, everyone. BLN 437, and oh my god, what a World Series Game 2 we had here tonight. I don't usually curse, but I have to say, my fucking god, was that series, just that game, not the series, but just that game. How great was that game? I mean, perfect. And you want those type of games. You want offense. You want pitching early on. You want all of that stuff. And let's just start off with this game, man. Let's just start off with the beginning of this game, and then we'll get to the crazy kind of just end portions of the game. So, in the early portions of the game, you had Hill and Verlander that were both dealing. They were both doing what they had to do. And then you had Hill, who got into some trouble later on in the game. Gave up a run that they ended up taking him out after 4 innings. And then they brought in Maeda. He did what he had to do. They brought in Watson. He got that huge double play. And then Morrow struggled a little bit. He did. He couldn't get out of that 8th inning. He gave up a double, which is the run that was charged to him after Jansen gave up the hit to Correa. And then Jansen gave up the run to tie the game off of Marwin Gonzalez, which, wow, I didn't expect Marwin Gonzalez to hit that home run. I literally was finishing up like the stat line on my sheet because I thought that Jansen was going to close this game out. And nope, Marwin Gonzalez just hit the bomb. But before that, I mean, you felt that they were in control. Verlander went 6 innings. He did give up 3 runs. He gave up 2 walks, and he did get, I believe, 5 strikeouts on 79 pitches. So that's not a bad night overall for Verlander. Harris pitched well. He got 2 strikeouts. Musgrove was able to get out. Giles was iffy once again, man. He was good in the 9th. Didn't look good in the 10th. But wow, man. I mean, you got the Bregman single that drove in Reddick in the 3rd inning. That's what gave them the run. That's what gave them the lead. Then Jock ties the game in the 5th. Watson gets that double play in the 6th inning, like I said. Seager hits a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 2nd inning, which at that point, if you're an Astros fan, you think that this game is over. Then you have Gonzalez, who hits the game-tying home run in the 9th inning. And then, well, actually, before we even get to the Marwin Gonzalez home run, we got a double by Bregman in which Puig almost, just a game of inches here, man, almost grabbed that ball on that diving play. It kind of touched the tip of the glove, and then it just went into the stands for a ground rule double. And then Correa was able to drive him in and bring it to within 1 run. And that was a key, because you're asking Jansen to get 6 outs. You're not going to get consecutive hits off of Jansen in the same inning. At least that's what you're thinking in your head. They ended up, and Jansen didn't give up the double. It was Morrow once again who gave up the double. But Jansen came in. He got the out. Bregman was able to move to 3rd, and then Correa drove him in with a base hit up the middle, and that made it a 1-run game, and that was huge. Then he was able to get out of that inning, and in that 9th inning, I mean, Gonzalez hits that home run. Like I said, I have my stat sheet just done. I thought this was it. This was over. And lo and behold, Marwin Gonzalez hits a home run, and you look at this Dodgers bullpen, 28 innings of just scoreless, of just nothing. They haven't given up any runs, and that went out the window tonight. That completely went out the window tonight. Altuve came up big in the 10th inning with a home run, and then Correa hit another one, so it's back-to-back. I kept saying that this is a 2 or 3 man offense, but we have to talk about one more person who showed up tonight. George Springer. Finally, I've been saying George Springer's name in my videos throughout all of the American League Championship Series since I believe since game 2 or 3. I have been calling this man out, technically saying he needs to hit. Finally, in game 2 of the World Series, his bat is on fire. And if he continues this hot stretch going on into game 3, 4, and 5, man, that's a scary beginning of the game for the Dodgers, who don't have Clayton Kershaw and don't have Q Darvish pitching game 4, but we'll be having Darvish pitch game 3, but they've seen Darvish before, so they know what he throws. I mean, wow. I look at this game, man, and it's just crazy. And yeah, when Altuve and Correa got the hits to give them the 2-run lead, you got a freaking home run by Puig that just kind of jump-started that offense. And you were just like, oh my god, what's happening here? And when Puig hit that home run and made it to within 1 run in the bottom of the 10th inning, you were like, alright, what's going to happen next, man? And what happened next was KK got that big hit that drove in Forsythe when he got a walk, I believe it was, and that tied the game. And I mean, let's talk about that Laz Diaz play, man. If Laz Diaz doesn't get in the way of that ball, as I believe Davinsky was throwing back to second, that game might have been over, or at least it would have been interesting to see what would happen next, because definitely the runner would have been at third base. And I don't know. I've never seen that happen on a baseball field. I've never seen somebody try to perform a pickoff and it just hits the umpire. I've never seen that. But boy, did the Astros get saved on that play. And then you kind of just felt once Davinsky got out of this inning, what's going to, once again, what's going to happen next? And Springer hits that big 2-run home run to give them the lead. And then in the next inning, I believe his name is Culberson, I believe, hits a home run, and you're like, oh my God, are we going to get another game-tying home run by Puig? Or are we going to just, is Puig going to do something crazy here too now? But Davinsky was able to settle down. He was able to get them the win. Verlander actually came out, I think, after they gave up the 2-run lead. And you just kind of saw the frustration in Verlander. Like, guys, don't settle for just winning this game. Don't think that because this is a 2-run lead that you're going to just be able to win this game. This game is still not over. You guys got to fight for every out. And boy, did they do that after that happened. And he just motivated those guys. And like I said, the Astros formula, simple. Win 3 of the 4 games that you're most likely going to have Keuchel and Verlander pitch in. If you can win 3 of the 4 games that they're going to appear in, because you're going to get 2, I'm assuming you're going to get two starting appearances from both Verlander and Keuchel. Win 3 of them, and then just try to scrap it out, or just try to find a way to win, the last game with whoever you have and the guys in your pen. That's what you have to do. That's the formula. The offense has shown up. Springer was great today. Correa was great today. Altuve, other than a home run, was okay, I guess. You had Bregman, who's starting to get his season going around. Or not his season, but his postseason at least, going around. And on top of that, you had Gurriel, who got a base hit here, but Springer was the guy that they needed, and he showed up tonight. He's finally hitting, and that's what you need. You need Springer to hit. As for the Dodgers, once again, look at the positives here. Turner didn't have a great game, but Puig got a freaking home run. He looked good. He looked strong. Seager was able to get that 2-run home run. Bellinger almost hit a home run that could have won this game. So they saw the ball well. Taylor even saw the ball well. He got 2 walks. I don't think that the offense let them down today. I think more so that bullpen let them down. Obviously, you don't expect the Dodgers pen to be completely just erratic. You didn't expect them to just give up this lead, but they did give up the lead, which hurt them. And what also hurt them was just the fact that I don't know why Robertson took out Rich Hill in the 4th inning. I understand you have this great, phenomenal bullpen. You want to trust this bullpen. You believe that these guys can get outs, but this isn't one of those games where you can just let your bullpen control the whole game. And it hurt him. They were when Robertson made that move, they had nobody left in the extra innings. They had to rely on Brandon McCartney, and that's not who you want in the 10th inning. You want Jansen in the 10th inning pitching. You want potentially a Zingrani pitching later on in the game. You want, some of your guys that you don't normally use to be involved in this game later on in the game. And he used them too early. He used his big guns too early, and it hurt him. It hurt him heavily, and I think that's what cost the Dodgers game 2 here, honestly. The fact that they weren't able to stop the Astros offense, which you have to give credit to the Astros for being able to hit one of the tougher bullpens in the league, 1, and 2. They finally woke up on the road, which is what people said they needed to do. They needed to show up on the road. They finally did, and the Astros played their game. They didn't give up. They were down, yes, by 2. We all thought that this game was potentially over, but when you have Verlander going 7 strong, even though he did give up 3 runs, 2 of them off of just I believe it was 1 home run, and the home run from Jock, and then the 2-run home run from Seager. That's still a great game pitched by Verlander. So starting pitching is obviously the strong suit for the Astros, and that's what they're going to have to rely on. Like I said, 3 out of the 4 is the formula for them. As for the Dodgers, you just got to go back into Houston. You got to try to take 2 in Houston, come back with a 3-2 lead going into LA for Game 6, and try to close it out, in my opinion. And that's it. And stop being silly with the bullpen. If your starter is going, man, and he's dealing, let him pitch. Now, I know he gave up 3 walks and he kind of was iffy throughout portions of the game, meaning Rich Hill. But I don't take Rich Hill out of that game that early just because I'm worried about what can happen. My lineup and my team has shown that they can fight, that they can score, just like the Astros. So for them, I thought that was a little silly, but hey, it is what it is. It's baseball. He just made one bad move tonight by going to the pen too early. I don't think he's going to make that mistake in Game 3. I do think now that the Astros have a shot in this series, which I've been telling people when this series was about to get started, that the Astros have a chance if you can get Keuchel and Verlander to do what Verlander did tonight, at least, because Keuchel didn't do that in Game 1. And that's it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get ready for Game 3 on Wednesday. No, I'm sorry, not Wednesday, Jesus. On Friday night. So if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment as well. Let me know what you guys thought about this game. Is this the best World Series game that you guys have seen? And share this video with your friends. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.